What is going on, everybody? Welcome back, good neighbors. Your host is here. Your host is here.
What's good?
I am Andre.
I'm Lamont.
So, what are we doing today, man? How we doing? How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. You know, another day, another movement, another good podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's episode 5, man.
Man,
It's crazy.
we in the process. That's what it's about. We in the process. We in the
Crazy,
process.
yo. It's for real, man. So it's a good thing, man. It's definitely a good thing.
Consistency.
Yes. That's it. At least, you know what's funny? It helps. It definitely helps with everything else that's going on in my everyday life, man. So,
Right.
So I'm not
Me as
complaining
well.
at all.
Cause you know, it's something that we want to do, and it's something we enjoy doing,
Mm-hmm.
and we learning from each other. And when you're learning from each other, I think that's the best part about it. It's not like you have to do it.
True. You know what I mean? So I'm happy, man. I'm good. It keep me on my toes. Kind of got to get used to. I have to get used to the whole Saturday evening prime time hours. You go on this term, prime time hours.
Prime time.
Yeah, so I got to get used to that. Trying to do the things before and after.
You didn't have to kind of like, I don't know. I think it's a decent time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty decent. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just, you know, there's not enough time in this world, man. As always, I always say that though. I mean, a lot of people say it though, so it ain't nothing new. So what we doing today, man? What we talking about?
I don't know. I just got here.
You know, how was your trip? First thing first.
Oh,
how was
man.
your vacation?
Oh, it was good, man. Got a chance to reset, reboot. I always encourage people, you know what I'm saying, to have a chance to reboot themselves, because you get boggled down with so much of your everyday life, and it becomes so consistent, you don't never have a chance to take time to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And
True.
And taking care of yourself is one of the first priorities that you can have, because you can't help others unless you are right.
You right about that 100%, man.
You know,
that's why I'm starting to take a lot of these trips, man. And dolo with somebody, I don't care. I'm
as long
out.
as you go.
I'm out now, so I
even
don't
if
care.
I go with somebody, I'm like, yo,
I'm
you
supposed
can
to
do
be
your
going,
own thing. Let me do me.
I'm supposed to be leaving somewhere. What's this? April, May, June. I'm supposed to be going somewhere in June twice. Supposed to be going somewhere twice.
Oh, that's
in
a
June.
plus. That's a plus.
So I can't wait for that. So yeah, man. I told you I was gonna try and make it.
I told you, man. I said, Joe, get up and get out, man.
So
It's so much to see, and I'm not just saying that because I was in the military and I was a sailor and everything, but it's so much to see, and we just have to get out of that I'm only on my block mentality.
Correct.
You know.
Listen, you ain't got to tell me, because I was one of those people. Even a couple of days ago, I was thinking about that, and just sitting there thinking like, yo, I'm really about to start traveling and doing things. And at the age I am, you would think that I would did some of this in my earlier 20s with friends and stuff like that. But again, some of us, we products of our environment, and we only know, like you just said, a square of the world. Like literally is a tiny little square of the world we just consume with. And you think that that's everything, that's life.
And you also think leaving to go anywhere else is unattainable. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I see it on TV. I see some of the artists mention these places in their music or things of that nature, and you just think to yourself like, oh man, I wish I can go. You can go.
And some of it is a couple of $100 or thousands of dollars, but for most parts, a couple $100. Maybe $600 to $1,000 for a trip.
I'm not even asking you to go to some place and shit like Bora Bora or something like that. I'm not even asking
but that's
you to
what
do
I
that.
mean.
You
like
go go somewhere.
But listen, even $300. I mean, that's pushing it. If you depending on if you got somewhere to stay,
Right.
like if you actually got somewhere to stay for free, $300 is doable. But if you book a hotel and still got $400 to spare, you still can enjoy yourself, and that's where I was getting at, like with that situation.
And I'm not even just talking about we going on a trip, we going family reunion.
No.
I understand. I understand. You know what I'm saying, but it's like, you can do something other than just waiting for a family reunion to come around and see some shit.
Exactly. Like 2 of my places I went was going to see my cousin at a dorm. You know what I mean? So you sit there and you throw that in there because it's like, well, I technically been to Boston, but you was on campus chilling. You know what I'm saying? Or the other one was Mobile, Alabama, where that was work related. So I'm telling people, I went to Mobile, Alabama, but
I didn't get a chance to experience
because it was work related in a sense. You know what I mean? So I do get what you mean, and I'm just putting that in comparison because I compared that to family reunions. That's like a family reunion to me. It's because you can't do as much because you're there for a reason.
You're like, you're limited to what you actually want to do. Even if it is something like a family reunion, still go. Family reunions ain't, how long we gonna be here for? We're gonna be here for a couple of days. When is it? It's this day. Let me go see what's going on. So as I'm in the essence of seeing what's going on, I might get kind of lost in the vibe of the area or whatever. Like, I got a family reunion to go to. I'm definitely coming back out here because I seen this while I was out here. So it also gives you another reason to go to those places to visit other than just the family aspect. You know what I'm saying?
And I just want to, when somebody asks me why I'm going somewhere, I just want to go. I want to go explore, to see, just to look and see what's out. I don't care about the adventure, the activity. Like,
I just want to go.
I just want to go. I mean, granted, some things I'll probably, if it's like LA, California, stuff like that, outside of beaches, okay, what else do you have to offer outside of weed and beaches, you know what I mean, and gangs?
What is the
I want to know what else you have to offer for me to, because I may want to go to like Sacramento or LA or places that's around. So I might want to go somewhere that's surrounding California, LA.
And you only, certain aspects, you only get to certain stories of the certain criteria of what's going on in Cali. But you be like, they have a vast amount of vineyards out there. That would be awesome.
I want to go out there.
Like wine tours is where it's at.
You know what's crazy? I like food trucks.
Right.
And they have a lot of food trucks out there. They have a lot of food trucks. So that's something that I'm interested in, is going to see the food truck stops.
You making me reminisce on California, man. Some of the best tacos I ever had in my life, man, was carne asada tacos.
I'm going there after we.
I had a taco about the size. I can't even think of how big these tacos used to be, man. Me and my dude Bryant used to watch college football with a carne asada taco about this thick and OD off the taco with it in our hands like this and pop up and be like, oh shoot, I still got a burrito in my hand. Take a bite out of the burrito and knock it off, man.
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm getting tacos soon as we done with this.
Oh, most definitely.
I was on the phone earlier saying that's what I was going to get.
Man, they got a lot of new taco spots too.
Here?
Yo, I gotta pull them up, man. Taco spots, man.
Because I'm simple. Just give me a good taco, man. I'm like really, really simple. Somebody was like, Taco Bell. I'm like, I've outgrown Taco Bell.
I think from our area, I think we've outgrown Mighty Taco and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Unless we coming from a club or something.
Yeah.
And it's and that's still a risk at that.
And you know what's crazy?
I forgot about ETS.
I would do. Ooh.
Elmwood Taco Spot. I, 'Forgot about Elmwood Taco Spot.
Not me.
Not me. Forgot about Elmwood Taco Spot. 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 Elmwood
Well, I did too.
It's a bunch of taco spots. I know. I think it's called another spot called because I had seen it because it had popped up on my.
As soon
feed.
as you said that, I'm like, I'm going there. That's where I'm going tonight. I don't know what time they close, but I'm going there tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some time.
You got some time?
I got a little bit of time. Because I forgot all about ETS, yo.
Yo, bro.
You know why? I stay away from busy streets now.
Okay.
I try and stay away from busy streets. As far as places of venues, if they're on like main streets, I try and just, because I don't like the parking. I do not like to drive for 20 minutes to find parking. Casa Azul I seen that one. That's right across from the one spot downtown off of Allen.
Okay.
Golly, what's the Greek spot? Can't think of them.
The town, right?
The town.
I'm about to say Athens. Yeah, the town.
It's right across the street from there, and like the Buffalo Hoagie stop is like right around the corner from there. But yeah, I'm going to ETS tonight, baby. Dang, man, why you do that, dude? I get the order online too, but I got cash, so I need to. Yeah. Okay, I never went there.
Yeah. That's a joint out in Hamburg. But it was another joint. I gotta pull it up.
Oh yeah, I ain't got Hamburg to go. I see they closed at 10. I ain't gonna make it time. I can make it to Elmwood.
Yeah, I follow this joint called Step Out Buffalo.
Yep, I do the same thing.
And they always come through with a lot of things to do in places to eat and things like that.
You know what's funny? You can even so say you got some free time next week. You literally go on that website and you can see what's going on for next week.
See, I told you, yep.
Already ahead of time. So that's why I like it. I love Step Out Buffalo, yo. That's one of my go-to. That's definitely one of my go-to websites.
Yo, I love that spot. It's gonna be popping up on my joint. I'd be like, oh, what's going on? Just like I would go to.
I haven't tried Deep South yet. I don't think they. Yeah, that's Deep South. I haven't tried them yet. Yeah. Actually, I did.
There's a new spot that's about to open up right across from the Galleria area, Casa Azul. Mm-hmm. I believe that's a new joint that's about to open up.
No, that one's already open.
Nah, what is it called? It's I can't think of the name of it. It's
maybe they opened a new one, but the Casa Azul, that one's open on Allentown.
Okay, yeah, it's something like that because I gotta look at it. Once I find out what it is, I'm gonna get back to you.
Cantina 62. That's right. That was right down the street from my old spot.
Oh yeah.
I haven't got. Actually, it's right around the corner from work too.
Oh okay.
Yeah, that's definitely right around the corner from work.
See, I like little small Mexican spots or small, somewhat authentic taco spots.
Now we definitely gonna have. Dang, man. Yes, man. Because I'm just worried about the time now to freaking find parking over there. Just to
right. There's always a chore parking over there, man. Mm-hmm. All the time.
Even and it's crazy because they even got a whole parking lot and it's still.
Bro, that don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
Because you got to think about the area that it's in too.
I know, that's why places like that, Joe, you literally are better off parking your car somewhere and then jumping on a bus. That's one of them areas that you gotta just park your car, jump on a bus.
Or park your car and just troop.
Yeah, that's what. True.
You know what I'm saying? We talked about it before, man. Yo, ain't got no problem getting.
People don't like walking nowadays, yo. I noticed that. I purposely park away from like the store. I'll park like far. People, yo, why are you parking so far? Like this is your daily exercise, man.
Yo, every little bit counts.
Especially with you saying that this is your daily exercise. That's
you about to already go. You already about to go do something that's gonna fill you up. So let me play devil's advocate with this one real quick. Go get some food and say I'm about to go. This is my daily exercise. I'm about to tear these tacos up.
Yeah, I've noticed people do not like to walk. That's crazy. That's so crazy to me, man.
It's the truth, though.
So,
yes, sir.
You asked me a question yesterday.
Yes, I did.
So I want to ask you that question, the same question. why do you want to do this podcast? So let me answer that on camera.
Let's actually explain what the question was.
Correct.
That I asked you, which was, what is your why?
Yes. Why did I want to do this podcast?
Why did you want it? Yes.
So the reason why I want to do this podcast and I'm doing the podcast is because I feel like I have something to offer. And I know that I have some wisdom and I know I have some knowledge. I don't know everything, but I do have some wisdom and some sort of knowledge and understanding of certain aspects of the world and life. And I would like to get that out of there. And I also would like to continue to learn and build on learning myself. And I honestly feel like engaging with you and engaging with our fellow fans, comments, doing all the edits, looking at, like, literally rewatching hours of us talk, it gives me a sense of understanding where I'm at as a person and where I want to be at as a person.
Right.
And to grow to be that person. Because every day, every week when we do the podcast and I edit, I always look at how I'm saying something, what I'm saying. Am I speaking coherently? And I noticed that as that was one of my big issues there. I know the knowledge, but I don't speak it coherently. So with me seeing that, that's another reason. Prime example why I want to do the podcast, because it's still teaching me things that I'm not being taught by somebody else or through an everyday life example. I don't, like my mom, my grandmother, and everybody, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, they know what they knew, but the stuff that I want to know, they don't know, so they don't have that opportunity of telling me
right
about the stuff that I wanted to know. You know what I mean? So I'm out here just learning, and I want to help somebody else learn also. So that's why I want to do this podcast. If that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me, and you're correct in what you believe, and I understand that 100%. The reasons that I feel like this was a great idea to get involved with is because basically I feel there is so much that we have been taught from parents, school, government. We have we have been put in a position where they tell us what they want us to know. And anything else other than that is just either hearsay or just maybe not the truth.
Correct.
So is it our parents' fault that they didn't know certain things? No. You have some parents
to a certain degree. For me, to a certain degree.
Right. I feel you on that one. And there are things that they told us or taught us is from what they were taught. And there are certain things that they seen which they embedded in them, that when they had kids, they either wanted to not be a part of what they were indoctrinated with and wanted to switch it up, or there was something else where it was just them trying to be the best them that they can be.
So let me cut you off real fast and ask you a question while we're on the parents and the whole parents didn't.
Did I cut you off, man? You gonna cut me off? I'm spitting this knowledge.
Oh, you spitting?
Literally.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, from
no, because I wanted to piggyback on that and double think on something real fast.
Okay.
Like, so as far as the parents,
right,
and they didn't know,
right.
So we're not faulting. I'm not faulting you on that,
right.
But you knew what the opportunity can bring. And that's what I think I fought. Now that I sit back and I think about it, I don't fault you for you not knowing a certain thing. I fought you for not specifying the opportunity of something. So I don't expect you to know the stock market.
No.
But I expected you to, like, you knew what it could bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
That okay.
So even if
with
you're
that being
not
said,
involved in it,
that would mean you would have to. And this goes back to our last convo we had. Come out of your comfort zone and take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean, because once again, we hear about certain things on a regular basis. We don't delve into those things because we feel like, I don't want to mess something up. I don't want to fall back. I don't want to fall flat on my face. So it kind of deters you from jumping in. We have been so indoctrinated with trying to live a certain lifestyle, but not knowing how to get in it the correct way.
True.
Everything that we've seen, especially like on a lot of the excuses where, well, I ain't had this. This is why I did this. I didn't want my family to go broke, so I end up doing it this way. You know, there's a lot of situations where some people may have came out decent in that aspect, or some people may have fell flat on their face. It goes back to, we have been taught to live a certain way, especially let's get down to the nitty gritty. We have been taught that anything other than talking a specific way or acting a certain way is known as being white. Speaking correctly, doing the right things, trying to do what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
As if someone gave them a blackometer. So if I act a certain way, I'm being ghetto. If I don't act that way, I'm being white.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, who gave you the black meter to determine what is what? First of all, the position that you in, you have no right to say any of it. So because you get a lot of that, some of that put a fire under some people, and they did what they did, and when they left, they never came back. And then you had some that said, Joe, I've been through this. I understood what it's like. It's not right. So I want to uplift the next generation to show that it is not wrong to speak eloquently. It is not wrong to do the right thing. It's doing the right thing. But we have been so subsidized of hearing that it turned into being wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just because I speak eloquently don't mean that you're going to talk to me like I am a sucker. Let me put that out there, because some people take how you speak to them because of how you look or how you are, and they think they can railroad you. And you go, oh no, I can talk nice to you. I can speak eloquently. I can have a conversation with you. Can bring anybody in front of me.
Yeah.
And I can have a conversation about anything you want, because that's how I was raised, to be worldly and mindful of all things. But do not get it twisted that, because I'm sure he can attest to this too, that I'm not a sucker and I can still get busy.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Growing up, seriously, growing up, I heard that a lot. Yo.
Oh man, I heard it too. I was called a flower child by my aunts and uncles, all that, bro.
And so this is where I'm getting at. You may not know that that's the wrong thing, but then why don't you put me to the side and be like, yo, you got something that somebody else don't got. Like, keep that up. Don't change for nobody.
I was taught in the military.
You speak proper. You speak very etiquette. You speak a language that somebody else may know how to speak.
No, we can't do that, because guess what? That would mean, first of all, that would mean that not only would I have to see something in you, and for me to let you know about it, that means that I have to understand that maybe I need to change that myself.
Or put your pride to the side.
Put my
and
pride to
explain
the side.
Somebody that they
But
got
I
something
can't.
good going on. Like, okay, perfect example. I don't know much about TikTok. Don't know much about crypto.
Right.
I don't know what's the next big thing. So let's just say when TikTok first came out, I don't know nothing about TikTok, but I got a feeling that it could be something. Right. It could bring something to the table. Now I got my nieces and nephews next to me, and then I'm sitting here looking at TikTok and what's about to come out, when it's about new thing about to come out. Da, 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 da. Now you already seen the history with things releasing and people jumping on
the bandwagon.
People getting on early they succeed because they understand the trials and tribulations of that aspect. Again, stock. You get in early. When certain things come about, you either lose some money, you make some money. You get to understand. You get to teeter totter. It's the same thing with crypto. The minute Bitcoin came out, was it, we all looked at that, was like, man, that one coin costs 50,000, 40,000, 10,000, 20,000.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Where I'm getting at is, so you see it.
There are things that
why we can't be like, hey, listen, Neff, I don't know what that crypto was about, but it looked like it's a young man's game or something like that. Yo, look into it. I can't tell you about it, but we have to look into it.
But you know what?
And that's what I feel is missing
aspect
from the adults, the elder side of things.
But that's what we had to see. This is what we was talking about that we didn't get a chance to put out because it had ended up messing up our last video. Less OGs and more elders. Your elders were around for a reason in your villages, in your countries, in your neighborhoods. Your big mamas, the big daddies. Those dudes and Grammys was around for a reason, to steer you into a certain direction. You know what I'm saying? That also led into neighborhood block clubs. My great grandmother was a president of the neighborhood block club where I was from until I don't know how old, but once we started to see the neighborhood blocks declining, we see a lot of the areas and a lot of things declining in those areas, in those vicinities, because it turned into a me situation. If it's not going on in my own home, then I don't want to know. I don't know who my next door neighbor is. I don't know who stayed 2-3 houses down the way. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I mean. Not your grandmother, but somebody else. Explain the power of having that community substance. Explain the power of having the block clubs, because by that time, even if it's
how many block parties you used to go to when you was younger?
My grandmother street had a block club party, and I probably five, 7 of them probably.
Okay, how many block club parties did you see in general back then?
Oh, a lot.
A lot, right? So that would mean somebody in the vicinity of the area was throwing these things.
But again, so even if it was going to be on a decline and no longer be what it used to be, did we even give it a chance of continuing to be what it used to be? Because we did not sit back and they did not sit back and explain to us two, yo, I understand you out there ripping and running, doing whatever you think you're doing, and you feel like it's right, this, that, and the third. When you get to our age, the stuff that we doing, you're going to want to protect that. You're going to want to protect this. Even if you're out there doing such and such and such and such, you're doing that in a way of you're protecting yourself. So treat that as like, this is what we're doing in this block club. We're making sure you have a safe street that you can be able to walk up and down on without you having to look up and down your shoulders.
Who is going to?
And I'm not saying your grandmother or my grandmother.
Right.
I'm just saying the people that even understood.
But they did
what
though,
that was going
because
on.
they understood what a community was.
No, did they explain that to us as children, teeny boppers? I don't care that we're young and we don't know, we don't care for it. And
okay, I'll put it like this: we spend half our lives wanting to be adults.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, to be able to sign a contract to say, "Hey, I'm an adult," yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For most of us, you know what happens? Some of us realize that once I sign that contract of being an adult,
yep,
this shit is too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And now, guess what you do? You spend the rest of your life trying to get out of that contract of being older
and go backwards.
Mm-hmm. So then what do? I can't take care of myself. So what
Mm-hmm.
do? I need somebody to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to take? Big government will take
Mm-hmm.
care of me. So now they will start implementing laws that will start taking away a lot of my freedoms that I don't know I have because I don't know that I have them. Which, with me saying that, I encourage everybody to download the Constitution app. You as well.
Mm-hmm.
A must have. If you don't carry a pocket Constitution, keep a Constitution app on your phone.
You want to do that now?
I'm trying to tell you, a lot of things that we have going on right now is because we don't know. And because we don't know, when we get jammed up with anything, not even saying anything illegal, but just things that are going on in certain aspects of life, we don't know. And then when they happen, we try to figure out what happened. Where does my tax dollars go? I spend a lot of money in my area on my taxes. Why aren't my roads fixed? Do you know you have a state constitution? Do you even know that? Or do you remember that you still have a Bill of Rights, a Declaration of Independence, things of that nature? Or have you forgotten those? My main thing with this is remember what you forgot. Because there are a lot of things that we were taught that we didn't pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's biting us in the rear now because we didn't pay attention to it.
Or was it not reiterated as often as it should have been? And this is what
you're 100% correct on that one.
And this is what I mean.
You're right about that one.
So some people told us about. Okay, perfect example. Kids that dropped out of school, or
right.
Kids that was skipping school. Right. You get OGs, young OGs, old heads, however you want to explain it. You got some cats that abuse that and you gonna be my little pusher. You gonna be my runner, whatever. But then what about the ones that's not being pushers, the ones that's not being runners and being turned into these runners and pushers? Why are we not putting those ones to the side and saying, look, you're not even out here doing nothing. Why are you even out here?
Because
you need to be X, Y, Z.
You're gonna be labeled a square. It's the same. It's the same way that every time that you see somebody converse with a dude that's at least 5'10" and up, the first thing they push to him is that he need to do a sport.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell you can be a lawyer, you can be a doctor. The first thing is sports. So they don't tell you the academic aspect of it, and it's not even about academics, because we have seen, especially in our generation now, how many millionaires and billionaires we've seen without a college degree.
Mm-hmm.
How many people have we seen
a lot
push the limits going to trade schools? These are things that,
well, not in this city.
Well,
we don't got that much in this
city. We don't. But guess what? It's nothing for someone to start something up.
Mm-hmm.
Of having a trade school.
Correct.
Because we are force fed. You got to go to college. You got to play sports. You're either selling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
If you know those bars. If you don't, go Google it. We have to understand that we are so much more than circus acts. And that's just not for a particular color. It's for anyone.
And
I
that's
understand that the entertainment industry is a booming industry, but you have so much more to offer to the world, to your area, to your friends, to your family. You have so much more to offer. If you want to, it's a movie. You remember the movie Zoolander with Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Where he was like the funny model and everything.
That was a good movie. That and they had Zoolander too. But I remember that movie.
But the Zoolander movie, there's this one part in that movie with him and the guy from X-Files, the dude from X-Files, and he was a hand model, and he went underground and he had like this special like thing on his hand where he still kept his hand, but he was like all scraggly and rough looking, and he was like, he gave him this whole spiel on, you're only what they tell you. And he said, you remember doing anything that you weren't supposed to? And Zoolander looked, and he was like, he started remembering that he was at a photo shoot when he was first starting out, dancing like a monkey, playing the cymbals, you know. And it's like, that's the only thing that they wanted to use him for was his good looks.
Yeah.
To basically sell him, use him, prostitute him off, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that back to the situation or whatever, it's things that they knew that they wanted to learn, to teach us as much as they could, because that's what they were taught. But it's up to us to dig deeper and find out the reason why. Why do we vote this way? Why do our neighborhoods look this way? What don't I know that I could learn, that I can indulge myself in to help somebody else to learn? You know,
that's why we're doing this. That's why I would love to do this, because of that. And that's it. Just, again, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with you. But I want to, at least the stuff I know, I at least will love to get it out there to people that would want the opportunity to know it ahead of time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
And then for the ones that don't know, but then they just know of us, this is what we are about, and this is what I believe in and feel should be taught in the world. We should be reiterating certain aspects of life every day, no matter if the person understands it or not.
Truth hurts.
Going to school,
and the truth is elusive.
Like college. Okay, we, like you said earlier, we heard the whole stance about going to college all our life. Just go to school, just go to school, just go to school, just go to school. I'm not against somebody telling me to just go to college, but why? And when I never had that actual explanation of why I was against it. But then once I decided to go back for myself, I understood what it can bring to the table as a young adult. And that's where I have that obligation now, where I should explain that I have to explain that to young adults and young kids. Not to force feed college in your mind or in you, but it's, hey, listen.
If I'm going to I don't want to force feed college into you, but I want you to go there with a purpose. I don't want you to go to college just to go to college, and then I ask you what your degree is in, and you tell me freaking left-handed puppetry, or freaking reverse studies of arguing with Judge Judy, and then you put yourself in all this debt, and then the first thing you saying is, I'm in all this debt, I can't pay my debt. Nobody told you to go to freaking school for left-handed puppetry.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
But also, I feel like there is also a price of learning. Like, you do pay a price to learn something valuable in your life.
Absolutely, especially it all depends on what you're going for.
If you're waking up late, if you have a hard time sleeping, something, I don't know. I feel like, and this is me now, explaining certain things of why you can go to college. Yo, college gives you the one up on everyday life. Period. It gives you the discipline that you...
I said the same thing about the military at first.
I'm not saying it works for everybody.
Correct.
I'm just telling you what it brings to the table.
Right.
That's for you now.
You have a one up. You have a one up on someone else.
Do basically. I need those things fulfilled in my life? Do I need to go there for those fulfillments? Yay or no? You don't know.
But it depends on. But it also depends on what you're going for.
Exactly. But if I know you keep saying I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a veterinarian or something, you just, and I see you going left. You always just doing something wrong.
Right.
But it's nothing major. And so now that's up to me to say, hey, look, I understand, you probably have some obstacles and some things going on in life, but listen, I honestly think college is probably really good for you. Huh? Well, I'm not going to school. No, hear me out. Now, you may do it or you may not do it, but listen, I understand you want to be a veterinarian. I understand that you're a very caring person, and I see it. And I see that sometimes you probably go off the rails because somebody don't care for you. But in college, you're by yourself. You don't have nobody there to care for you. You got to care enough for yourself to get up early to go to those classes, to stay up, to study, to discipline yourself. So what
is your why? Basically.
Exactly. So maybe college is good for you. You can go or you may not go. But I see that.
But you're gonna do something because you're not gonna sit around my house.
And I see that may be something. And I see that may be something good for you. And that's what I think people are missing in our lives every single day is that type of aspect of it. But
we also understand now.
Don't just tell me go to college and get a degree, because none of that is guaranteed.
And it's kind of hard now.
But I'll tell you what is guaranteed with going to class. You will be disciplining yourself in some way, shape, or fashion. College gives discipline. I don't know what type of discipline you're looking for, but whatever that is, depending on the situation and the degree, college gives discipline.
The workforce gives discipline as well. You know
True.
what I'm saying? Because guess what? Now you did college. The workforce now. Because guess what? Now you're on your own. Now you have to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Now you have to go to work. Now you have to get up early. You might not got that car passed down from mom or pops. Now you got to catch a bus. Now you got to walk. You got to drive a bike.
Yep.
The military. No matter which way you want to go. You're running from something. You're going for a college education. You're going to be all you can be, whatever you want to say. That's going to give you another type of discipline. I'm not telling you to stay 20 years, but those first 4 years, I won't even say the first 4 years. The indoctrination of boot camp speaks volumes. I came home, I was a robot. I kind of got back into the swing of things of being able to deal with civilian life and military life from the people I was hanging around with. But it still gave you a sense of these things have to be done, because if they don't get done, these are the consequences now. So all these aspects are used to basically help you get on in life. If you never had that kind of structure before, it's a fight or flight kind of situation.
And the thing to add to that is, because you don't know, you're given the opportunity of because you may want that. You may want discipline, and you just don't know how, where to reach out to start. And this is what I mean. Maybe these options. I'm not telling you go to the military, because it affects you. It affects everybody differently.
Correct.
But if you want discipline, go to the military. If you want discipline, go to school. If you want discipline, go get a job. Go get a full-time job, not a part-time job. Get a full-time job where you got to wake up Monday through Friday at a fixed day, fixed time, every single day, 5 days a week. that's how you get discipline. You don't get it by.
And it's either going to push you to keep striving in that job, or it's going to open up another door for you to create your own job.
Correct. Like kicks. Yeah, people can talk about sneakers all day long. I get it. It's something that people love. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, I love Jordans. I want Jordans. And then now we getting into this resale. We're in the world of resale where it's huge.
What is resale for the people that don't understand the whole sneaker hype thing that we are into? Can you explain that to the people?
So resale, and it don't even consist of just sneakers, but resale is you purchasing something of retail or lower value of retail and then reselling it with a profit of more than retail value.
So you mean to tell me that people are reselling sneakers?
Yes. You can resell a pair of sneakers you purchased for $100. You can resell it for $300 depending on the demand. Yeah, so depending on the demand, you can resell sneakers. It's the same thing with pots and pans, laptops, collectibles, cell phones. If it have some sort of value and you can gain a profit from it, that is what is deemed resale. You resold something for more than what you got it for.
So you mean to tell me that people are buying sneakers for more than what you purchased, man?
Yes. And I've done the same on both ends. I've purchased sneakers that was for more than the value, and I've sold sneakers that was for more of the value that I purchased it for.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I know sometimes we might have an audience that don't understand some of the things that we be saying. So
True.
I believe that if we can give you guys a little bit more of the insight of what we know and things, something like that, of sneaker culture that that we're involved with, that I don't want it to go over your heads. So when we say things like resale and things like that, we want you to know that the sneaker community, is a very big community. And us liking sneakers, collecting sneakers, reselling sneakers, etc.
And so getting back to what I was saying, so with the sneaker community and the sneaker world and the resale, these kids now, like we said, they may not even think about college anymore. They may not be thinking about a job because you could be a millionaire reselling shoes.
I've seen a lot of those kids too.
But also, if you're not that type of person that can do something of that, but you still are interested in sneakers, guess what? That's where you get that's where a person like myself or yourself will sit back with that person and say, look, I understand you like sneakers and stuff like that. Yo, why don't you go to school and start decoding so you can create a program that fits the mold for you that you would like to see in the sneaker culture to start being able to sell sneakers in a way that you would like to see it.
Or try and create your own brand.
It still can be within that realm of shoes.
You're into sneakers.
But at least I'm giving you an opportunity of saying, hey, look, there's more to just reselling sneakers in a sneaker game. You can do.
There's a lot more involved than just.
You can do a lot. You can do way more. Sneaker solutions, sneaker cleaners, sneaker detergents, sneaker websites, sneaker trades. There's so much
other than just collecting
and buying and just
wanting. But you know what? I think that comes back to the whole "what is your why" situation, because we know that.
Yes.
Because we know that that's information that we can pass on. There were people before us, if they weren't involved in the sneakers, that looked at it as if it was a fad, like disco, or something like, or even something as crazy as rap and hip hop. It ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make it past so and so. Now look at it.
Yeah.
It's if you're willing to put in to your kid or that relative that you see something in, that you're willing to put that into them and keep them involved into what they see, because we all know things come and go. I want to do this, I want to do this for 1 second. Time start to go by and everything. No, I'm not into that. I understand that. Adults do it too.
Correct.
So, but if you could see something in that and you put the emphasis on pushing them, maybe that will take them. Maybe you'll be that cool uncle, that cool cousin that help. You know what I'm saying? Influence. Correct. Yo, man, I remember I seen my cousin had a pair of Bapes on when he came home from the military, and that got me hyped into sneakers, and now I'm creating my own sneakers. Shout out to my cousin Eric. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he doing. So, you don't know what you're doing. You just doing it just because you're doing it, but you don't know who you may influence.
Correct. And that's what I'm saying. Just speak on something, man. You may not know about stock market, but you know it can bring you something to the table. Right. Kids, listen. Get into that. Or learn to get into that. I don't know nothing about it. I'm past my prime. Even if they feel like they're past their prime. Right. I'm past my prime. You can do it, but I may feel like I can't do it no more. But jump into that or learn something. Get into. And that's what I miss.
Learn something. Mm-hmm. And speaking of, because you mentioned stocks, I encourage people to invest in hard, tangible assets. We had this conversation.
Yep.
Gold, silver, palladium, metals, things that actually mean something. Because the stock, let's be honest, it's somewhat of a rigged game. Mm-hmm. Same as Bitcoin. Somewhat of a rigged game. And when people mention Bitcoin, they don't talk about it as if it's a currency. They talk about it as if it's a stock. So if it's a stock, that means what it can be. It can be manipulated. It can be changed. It can do up and down. It can do those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So investing in things like hard, tangible assets that have been used for over centuries and millenniums can't be changed. Silver is always going to be silver. Gold is always going to be gold. Our dollar technically isn't backed by gold anymore since the Federal Reserve was created. So that's just paper to us right now. Mm-hmm. And that's why they don't really care how it goes, because it's actually meaningless, because it's backed by nothing. And until it gets backed by a solid standard, it's nobody had no problem mentioning the debt to you, because the debt doesn't mean nothing because it's backed by nothing. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand that. So saying things, and these are things that, once again, for some people in certain areas, they were taught certain things. For people that are just now getting into it now, it's new to them. So that's why you see a lot of people who are at the age we are in. If you were into this when you were younger, you are the exception to the rule. You are the exception. But for most people that are starting to find out about it now, that are digging into it and delving into it now, it's more of a go-getter kind of thing, because now it makes sense. Why do I care about investing in this? And I'm 21, I want to go out, have fun, and have party. I don't care about investing unless I come from a trust fund or I'm a silver spoon kid. The trust, maybe I'll do it. Things start to hit the fan. Now you got to do this, that, and the third, and now you like this. Yo, I wish I would have invested. I wish I would have did this. Now you like this. Let me dig into it now.
But you know why? Because you didn't get that bug in your ear.
You didn't.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
As an elder, you don't have to know it to say learn it.
Right.
And actually, that's funny. And this is what I mean. But this is why this is exactly why I like to do this. Because I've been explaining that for a very, very long time about adults not doing certain things and blaming adults and this, that, and the third. And I always got that same excuse, bruh. They just didn't know. And I'm like, I just can't keep accepting that they didn't know. Like you might
have not known. There's nothing wrong with you. Like I just told you the age that we are at now. There's nothing wrong with you starting now and getting involved.
Or
if you don't get involved now, that means you just don't want to do it.
Like, you did not have to learn about Apple and stock markets and all this other stuff. But you seen it on like Forbes, you seen it on newspapers, you seen this, you seen that.
Okay.
You could have been a person.
Okay, you mentioned that. Been a person. Okay. When did you learn about Forbes? How old were you when you learned about Forbes?
My teenage years.
So you learned about Forbes your teenage years. So
yeah,
you basically
like what it was, like pretty much what it was about. Yes.
Okay, so you knew what it was then. I didn't know about Forbes. I didn't know about the Federal Reserve. I didn't know a lot about that stuff until I got older. That's why I said for some, if you knew about it, you were the exception to the rule.
Yes. Okay, so Federal Reserve stuff like that. That stuff. That's.
I'm just talking about in general.
Yes, in general.
In general.
Now, so my in general is y'all seen stocks and bonds in y'all face. Y'all seen gold and silver in y'all face. Y'all seen housing in your face. I don't care that you wanted to be a project housing mother because it was cheaper and this, that, and the third. I know in the back of your head you wanted a big house. You see what I'm saying? You growing up in those areas, granted, you can explain to your kid, honey, we're living here because it's cheap. It's very affordable. It helps me help you grow as a kid into an adult. But this place does not make or break us. This place, you do not have to absorb what it brings to you. Just understand that we're here for a living situation, and that's it. Everything else that comes with it, you have the opportunity of letting that into your life.
Now, what is the percentage of that conversation actually happening?
And that's what I'm saying. Why is that percentage very low?
That percentage is low is because the complacency and comfortability.
Because at the same time, like I said, I'm pretty positive as you're sitting there and
you know you in the wrong.
In these projects, I'm pretty sure you are thinking about wanting a full family house with, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, especially if you're a mother with kids. You are thinking about a full family house with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So you may feel like that's unattainable to you because you had XYZ amount of kids. But give those kids an understanding of, honey, you could be something more than this. You could be more than this. You could have the opportunity of being more than this. Hell, I can have the actual opportunity of being more than this, but I feel like that my life is over because I have to, take care of you guys. There needs to be more of that being said, even if you feel like things are unattainable for yourself because you're blocking. Because pretty much what I'm getting at is, I feel like because other people, or even including myself, I feel like because you feel like something is unattainable for you, you block that for somebody else.
I ain't shit, so you ain't gonna be shit.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I refuse to hear people say our parents ain't no. They seen the stock market. They seen it booming. They seen it crashing. Nobody said, yo,
you took a risk. You took many risks on other things. Why don't you take a risk?
Put $1, son. Put $1 when you turn 18 into any stock. You don't have to say Apple or Ford or any of these places.
I don't have time.
You can say
I don't have time,
son.
I don't have time to look into it. You know why I don't have time to look at it?
Because you programmed me to telling me to go and get the work.
Not even that. No, not even just that.
Oh crap.
Not even that, because guess what? I have to go to work. Okay. Let's do it both ways. I have to go to work. There's no one to watch the kids. I got you watching the kids. You the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Pops, gotta go to work. I don't have time. I gotta make sure I take care of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time to do it. I hear about it. I don't want to take the risk because I have to keep working. You can do it.
At least you know, though.
But even if you do know,
at least you
right?
know.
Even if you know, and you're willing to take that chance, then once you take that chance, then that means that you can start the ball rolling, and you can give some type of initiative that this stuff is out there. I don't know it. But I don't play sports, but guess what? I see you running up and down a lot. Maybe you should try sports. I'm gonna get you involved in sports. I can't play sports, but let me get you involved with sports. I'm always seeing you over there building Legos. You look like you really might be good with mechanics. Let me see if I can get you a bigger version of those. The small things that you can do
exactly
to implement into the youngins that they can do these things without, I know I mentioned the sports aspect, but the more that you can give that initial here, I might not know it, but maybe you may like it. Maybe you may be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always seeing you play video games. I bought you your first computer. Next thing I know, I start yelling at you because you took the computer apart. Not knowing you wanted to see how the computer worked and you wanted to see if you can build it back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know it, but maybe you do.
Yes.
You know,
but you gave that kid that opportunity.
But you give that. My pop bought me a Gateway 2000. I thought I knew everything about a Gateway 2000. I wanted to be a computer technologist. Boy, did I didn't know how much in depth that stuff go compared to kids that was doing that when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. I knew enough.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Also knew at an early age what you were given that opportunity at an early age to decide. And this is what I'm saying. At least you were giving the opportunity.
Given the opportunity, right.
Regardless if it was you or not. Again, it's the same thing with me. Yo, we literally sat back and we continuously talked about doing a podcast, how we were going to do a podcast, what needed to come about to do the podcast, I did the research. Ben did the research for the most part. I explained to you, yo, this is how we could do it. X, Y, Z. What did you do initially in the beginning? You looked at me as in disbelief. Like, I don't think that could happen like that. I don't think that could happen like that. Yo, we could record and do things on a phone. That you don't need an $8,000 camera. You probably looked at me like, I don't see that. I don't see. But I put that bug in your ear to say
I didn't see. I didn't see the forest from the trees. But you saw the basic minimalization of getting it done, and my mindset was looking at big aspects of what I've seen and how people do it. And then once you showed me,
but I gave you an opportunity.
You did. You did
to think about. Like, I gave you an opportunity to say, yo, we could do a podcast and record by phone and and left it at that and kept it moving, and then gave you the opportunity and being like, how is that possible? How can we? And then you go home, start looking it up, and be like, oh shoot, this dude he wasn't kidding. And then you start looking into it and start finding out more stuff than I gave you that opportunity.
You started the ball rolling.
Because had I not did that,
I ain't gonna knock you for that. I don't fuck with you on a lot of things, but you're right about that one.
Because had I not did that, we would still be just talking.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
We would just be communicating.
I would still be with my Toshiba satellite laptop if you didn't put that bug in my ear. I would have been procrastinating on getting something new. So you're right about that one.
You know, so what I did for you, that's what I would like to do for other people also. Give you an opportunity. I don't want nobody in the next upcoming generations saying the same thing I have been reiterating all these years.
Right.
At least you can't say it. I ain't do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one thing my dad always said. He's gonna say, "Hey, if anything happened to you, the last thing you're gonna ever have to say is, I never told you."
Yep. And that's where I'm coming from, and that's why I want to do this. Because I want to give people the opportunity.
There's so much knowledge.
Because
there's so much knowledge,
I'm telling you.
And they've been lying to us.
A lot of people have been lying
to us. Taxation is theft. They've been lying to us.
Well, a lot of people be like, well, I ain't doing my taxes because I ain't getting nothing back. Well, you ain't supposed to be getting nothing back.
You can't get some. You would be amazed at how the tax system is used and rigged to snatch up money from you and to put more money in the pockets of big banks. I'm doing it, and I'm glad you made that face because I'm doing it.
Oh, I ain't upset about that.
Because it's true, and there are loopholes and tackles that we don't know, and people think, if I just don't pay my taxes, it don't matter. Okay, I ain't gonna pay my child support. It don't matter. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's take it one step further. Did you know that you don't have to pay an income tax? Did you know that? You don't know. Because guess what? Before the Federal Reserve happened, how do you think they were paying for roads and things to get built? These are the things that we don't know. And we walk around with an Alexandria library in our hands on a daily basis. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, we want to know how can a damn squirrel run up a tree with a damn nut and a french fry in their mouth. Can I run outside at nighttime with flip-flops on without the police? Dumb shit. And you got a library in your hand, and that's what you deserve to look at 3 a.m. in the morning. And this is just the information that you can search here. My dad always said, you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book.
Yeah.
And you have to be aware of what you're reading. Hold on, damn it. And you have to be aware of what you're reading as well. Listen to everyone, believe nothing until you can research it yourself. Sorry, Dre.
So, speaking on... So speaking on books, right? So I had to think about this the other day because we're readers, and I want to start reading. I want to become a more avid reader again.
Absolutely.
So my thought was, what is easier? Of course, what is easier is purchasing books from your phone, but
you have to be a kid.
Knowing what you just said,
yes, sir.
Hiding information in the book. I get that. But is there a difference between a textbook and your phone book?
Yes, because we have to understand that. Why are we doing this? But I'm gonna do it anyway.
No,
I'm gonna keep it funky.
I need to know if I'm purchasing books.
But
physical books or online books.
But this is how it works. Well, you have to understand that a lot of books that you are purchasing digitally are subject to being reformatted because they all come in files. So it's easy for those files to be manipulated. That's for one.
That's why we're doing this.
2, I might tell you about a certain book that I've read. This is why the sky is blue. And you go, okay, I'm going to purchase this book. This is why the sky is blue. You purchase the book. You purchase that book. Somebody else writes another book mentioning the same thing about why the sky is blue. Mm-hmm. Purchase that book. Same kind of title. 2 different contrasts on the stories of why the sky is blue. Got one book, got another book. Let me purchase another book. The goal is to, and in the essence of you purchasing these books, you're obtaining a lot more knowledge on that subject with different viewpoints. The more you're purchasing different books on that same topic with those different viewpoints, the more information that you're absorbing. Because guess what? You got one observation from someone, you got another observation from someone, you got another observation from someone. So now it's up to you as a person who has purchased these books is to decipher how much of that information is true? What the hell is that book about? That sounds totally off from these last 2-3 books that I've seen. Or maybe that person that made that observation, maybe they're right. Let me purchase another book.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the truth is elusive, and it's up to you. That's why I say my favorite quote is, listen to everyone and everything. Believe none of it until you can research it yourself. Don't listen to your moms. Don't listen to your pops. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to some of your friends. Or don't listen to your friends. Let me not say something. Don't listen to your friends until you can do the research yourself and find out. Because you have to understand, everyone has an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And that agenda, man, Dre, why he want to know about that? He think he better than me? Hey, man, what spot you go get that steaks from? Why you want to? Oh, I ain't get it from there. I got it from so-and-so. You don't want me to go to the same spot as you where you got... Something as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take in the accountability of there's so much knowledge that there is to be attained. And sometimes the older the book that you can find, the more truth that you will find.
Yeah.
So sometimes, even like you said about the digital books and everything, they're good to have, and it's good to read them. But if you can find, sometimes if you can look up, they had these book fairs. I remember me and my girls went to a book fair, and they had fill up a bag of books for $5.
I would love that.
Brown bag. We had brown bags just full of books, full. And with that being said, just start finding books and reading them. Like I said, the older the book, the more truth you may find, because nobody really read no more.
Yeah.
And don't get upset when all of a sudden they start banning books and burning books, and you ain't gonna have nothing to read. And the only thing you're gonna read is what they digitally put and give to you.
The Book of Eli, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yep.
And what happened at the end? It was in Braille.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be amazed the books that they have banned. Do I want them banning books? Absolutely not. I believe everybody has a right to read everything.
Not only was it in Braille, it was memorized.
Memorized.
He actually had that all memorized, word for word.
You can't find
that was
books.
Impressive, yo. That was a very impressive movie.
And the crazy thing about it, even though it was a Bible, and people don't want to take it this far, but I am. You have to understand that the Bible is one of the most banned books in the world, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start looking at the YouTube community guidelines, because I don't know what we can and can't say nowadays. I know you can't speak on the Russian stuff. I know you can't speak on that. Put that in. Golly, you can't put that in the other place in the same sentence.
You can't.
That's crazy.
You can ban me for telling the truth
or demonetize.
Or demonetize. I understand that, but like I said before, the truth is elusive, and the truth will be found out. You might not like what we may say, but we're for the most part not going to say anything is out to hurt anyone.
Yeah,
it's a knowledge aspect. You might not like what we say, but it has to be said. That's
but
the
I still
reason.
want it to be put out there.
I understand that.
Because sometimes they'll pull the whole video. They'll pull the whole video for something for 30 seconds. And that's what I mean by that. Is that aspect. Like, we can say what we want, but I want to still make sure the message is getting out there without them pulling that whole video based on one thing.
The revolution will be televised.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I know I gotta go. I need me some tacos.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me over. I never been
Oh
here
man, you always. Y'all, just to let y'all know, we did time management a couple episodes ago, and it's still being practiced to this moment. Just to let y'all know. Cause dang, man, why you be having to do that to me today? You had me go bust my moves out and everything because you wanted to be late. I'll get you that late still though, man, as a brother.
Hey man,
I understand we busy as people.
Studying.
Go ahead, man.
Comes first.
Yo, you could have moved that. Where you about to go, drive? Oh. Yo, I'm thinking about getting some tacos.
We was talking about tacos tonight.
ETS. I'm going to ETS in a minute. You know what that is, right?
Nope.
Elmwood Tacos?
Elmwood Taco Spot.
We all going to eat on Elmwood. Elmwood and Delavan.
Is that Delavan?
Mm-hmm.
West Delavan, right?
Yep. No, Delavan. That was Delavan. East Delavan. I don't know. I know it's Delavan.
West Delavan, because we're going across.
Dude, when you go over
Yeah,
to
tacos.
the,
They just,
it's called ETS. That's Elmwood Tacos.
I saw that guy's tacos.
So
It's West Delavan, because once you go past.
No,
Ferry,
no,
it's
I'm
West.
about to grab some drink then.
all right.
I'm done.
I ain't even no point in me ordering it. Might as well just go there and order.
It's too. Well, yeah.
Nah, it's early.
It's
still
too early.
Yeah, man. But anything else you want to say?
Yeah, taxation is theft.
Really? And
you gonna keep on that?
nah, I'm gonna keep on going until you know what I mean. Until yo, how do you like the background so far?
I enjoy it. I really appreciate you putting it
So
up.
I know. So apparently, it looked like I'm gonna have to drop my joint a little bit lower than yours. I try to keep it upward,
Ah, I see what you mean.
so you don't even see nothing but this right here.
Right.
So you don't even know what the heck going on. So that gonna have to get dropped way lower.
No, Lord. And you gotta drop it. Yeah.
No, way lower.
Yeah, 'cause I'm looking at it.
I didn't think it was gonna have to be down that low, unless the camera get pushed back far, which we actually trying to get. We're trying to get it closer. The camera and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The only way that you can see this,
is if you just drop that.
about like right here, to at least visibly see the top. You would need to drop it at least about down here.
Nah.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But continuous improvement, man. I told you, every week is something different.
Something different.
Nah, I'm gonna just need some stickers for my laptop, man.
I really thought you was gonna get some stickers.
No, I did this. I skipped a step. The stickers are supposed to have been this week. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna
Yo,
skip
we
a
were
step.
seeing stickers too, and my oldest was like, "Yo, you think he got stickers?" I was like, "I'm not even sure."
Mm-hmm. Nah, I ain't got no stickers. I'm good with the start what we doing right now, man. As long as we get the message out and get our points across in our, that's what's important to me first, and then continuous improvement of the visualness of what we got going on. Yo, sorry about last week too. We wasn't able to post anything last week based on, again, some difficulties with.
It didn't mean that we didn't record anything. It was,
Oh yeah, we definitely did record.
we did
something.
record, so it's not like we like took time off just to not do anything. We did. It's just we had an issue with the video on my part. I'll take responsibility for that one.
You're a lie. It was definitely my part.
No, it was mine too because.
No, because
what I'm
yours
saying?
was visual.
No, but I think if I would have recorded on my side too, maybe it would have been different.
Oh yeah, and then I would have been able to do like a split screen type ordeal. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take responsibility for that one. I was just so hyped up.
But it's a
about
learning
it.
curve, man. We learning. We are learning. This is week 6. You know what I mean? Week 5, week 6, and
Next video we're gonna be in Dubai.
listen, I'll take it. That's gonna be green screen.
Oh, good.
That's gonna be green screen, but I don't want to hold everybody up. my thoughts with our videos is to get the message out there and not make it extensively an hour long purposely every single time.
Right.
I would love to just get our message out and go about it that way. So,
and also, if you enjoyed this podcast and you enjoy our topics, especially today's, ask yourself, what is your why? Why do you continue to push? What's pushing you? Why you need to push? And what are you doing to make yourself better?
and please hit the like and subscribe button.
Please.
And hit us with some comments. We would love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear from you guys also.
I enjoy the feedback.
I would actually love to hear from people that I know versus looking at the people that might know. So I want that support, please. You know?
We appreciate it.
Y'all here making me look like a fool, man. Telling people I got all these type of connects, man.
Somebody knows somebody knows somebody.
Nah, I ain't getting no feedback, man, from my videos, man. Shame on y'all. But no, please hit the like and subscribe button, man. Comment down below. As always, we appreciate all the viewerships. We appreciate all the new subscribers and the past subscribers. Please keep this going. Every day, every week, we're going to try and think of something different to bring to the table. We're bringing ourselves to the table. I think we're starting to come about a little bit more. We're getting more comfortable more and more as we do this. I would assume you would know that based on the first videos up till now.
Right. We're learning as we go.
The difference that
and please don't knock us for learning.
No, please don't knock us from learning, because that's what we want to do. We want to teach you what we know also. So everybody's in here learning. So we're learning, you learning.
Each one teach one, baby.
Exactly, man. So we're not going to hold y'all no more, man. Good neighbors, my fellow neighbors, we are going to be out. Y'all have a good one, all right?
Peace.
Peace out.